Wow, it was an explosion, revelation for me. My kids came home from the first day of practice, and because I was excited for them to go play, I was like, great. My two boys, older boys, didn't play any football, so it was the first time football was in our home. And they came home so excited, and the coach said, Steve, can you come and help out? You know, I'm like, come on, Dad, come on. So I went over the next day. So I will tell you, from that moment, I walked over the first practice, and what hit me was the visceral sense of inclusion that I felt from them. The girls were so excited to be a part of football, a game that they'd seen their whole lives, their brothers played, and they now were able to play it. And the next thing I realized is they didn't know anything about it. They wanted, I felt included, I can't wait to play. What is it? And so it was amazing to watch them learn the game, and from scratch, the first practice was like, okay, so how do I hold the ball? And I'm like, I don't know, I haven't thought about that for a long time. You know, how do I throw it? I was like, how do I describe that, right? So that was, for me, it was bringing it all back home. It was, to me, it was visceral. It felt really wonderful. And then what I realized as we taught them the game, that football is made for girls.
What do you mean by that?
Think about football. It's a series of plays, series of choreographed plays. The choreography, once the girls realize that, wait a second, this is a dance step. This is like just run the lines and you'll thrive. And I'm like, yeah, and you can affect the defense this way. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. And then it was like they just ate it up. And like, I gotta be honest with you, I played with professional athletes, boys, men, that couldn't go on the second snap count. Like we'd go on one 98%, 99% of the time, and every once in a while we'd go, let's go on two, okay? Then the whole way up the line of scrimmage, they'd be like, we're going on two, remember two. Then I'd go, hut, and they'd all jump off sides. You know, and you're like, oh my gosh. And the girls,
played for the Buccaneers.
Once I realized, but I'm telling you, once I realized, I told the girls about going on different snap counts. They're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They would go on 5. No one flinched. Like, I'm just telling you, there was, from my anecdotal experience, coaching the girls, football is made for girls. They sensed what the game was, and because you took out the physical part and just played the athletic part, by the end of the year, I turned to the coach of the team. I was just the assistant, you know, little guy that showed up late. I said, John, I think the girls could beat the boys, as long as we kept the physicality out of it, because of this detail that they had around the game.